Gjennom mange år dominerte den ukrainske tungvekteren Vitalij Klitjko boksesporten sammen med sin lillebror Vladimir, før han som 3 ganger verdensmester la hanskene på hylla for å bli politiker. Og likevel, som Kievs ordfører kan det så langt se ut som om han har slått knockout på koronaen. Mayor Klitschko, thank you so much for doing this interview in English.
It's actually for me much more comfortable will be speaking in Ukrainian, but let's speak international language. English is fine.
These days, Kiev is slowly opening up again after a strict lockdown. And in a city that has almost 3 million people, you have approximately 70 persons that died from corona. What about now? Are you holding your breath?
The question, I talked to many my colleagues, mayor of Hamburg and Prague and other European city. Their situation is much difficult. Why? Because we in January starting the strange rules, we close preschools, close the schools, close the public transportation, because we following whole situation in Wuhan, actually sister city of our hometown. We have contact with the expert from Wuhan, and they give to us advice what we have to do. From beginning,
and that was early on that you had a contact with Wuhan, right?
Yeah.
Your sister city.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. The people, the expert told it will be not the problem in just in China. It can be worldwide problem. And after that, we following the strict rules. These rules have huge economic impact, and nobody want to do that. But it's right now the question from one side economy, from another side life of the people. Life is much more important. Not everybody, by the way, understands these rules. They criticize me because they not happy with these rules to close the kindergarten, schools, public transportation. But after that, months later, we see the terrible pictures from Italy. Everybody understand how dangerous is that. And they stopped criticize, they starting to think about his health, his life, and nobody want to die. It's my opinion, we're doing exactly in right time, and that's why the numbers of sick people in our hometown not so high.
And do you fully trust the numbers?
I trust the numbers because we doesn't have idea to hide something, and right now all scientists in the world working very hard to find medication, to find the injection vaccine against this sick. Let's see. We have to win the time. It's our main goal right now.
One of your most important fights has been the fight against corruption. How do you think that will be affected by the economical setback that happens now?
You know what? We receive as treasure from Soviet time the system. System is big, inflexible, ineffective, corrupt. And it's very important to change the system. And it's not easy. System don't want to change. That's why in October this year will be next election. I take a part already third time in. I will be candidate for for next election because I want to continue this fight and I want to bring European standards of life to my country. Defend rights of the people, defend people from economic impact and medical impact, infection, and a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges because in boxing you have one opponent. In my position right now you have thousands of them, and you have to be in great shape. You have to have spirit. You need vision, and it's very important. You have to will to win this not easy fight.
You are a professional boxer, 3 times world champion boxer, and I wonder, fighting this invisible enemy as a virus is, can you still use your experience as a boxer when you plan a strategy against a virus?
It's totally different. You know what? I use my personal experience as citizens of Ukraine. Exactly the same situation we have in 1986. It's Chernobyl explosion. Nobody see, nobody smell that, but we have impact a little bit later from radiation. And exactly the same, you doesn't see the virus. Right now, after the winter, everybody want to go in the street. Everybody want to make a picnic and spend time together with the friends. But very important, following the rules. And I deliver the information to everyone. Please be responsible.
When you mentioned Chernobyl, is it true that your father was a part of the team that had to deal with Chernobyl?
Yeah, from beginning. My father was Air Force officer, and from beginning, from first day, he spent a lot of time in Chernobyl. And yeah, he's died from Chernobyl impact a little bit later.
And is your mother still alive?
Yeah, thanks God, still alive.
And I was thinking about her because she has 2 sons that are world champion boxers, and I guess that she spent a lot of time worrying about her sons. But now with the corona, I think it's you that should worry about her being in the risk group, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. She's in risk group, and that's why we care about old people and yes, of course, about relatives, and that's why I deliver the messages. Please, if you don't care about yourself, please, you have to be responsible about people around you. Every day, I repeat, every day, one very important message: you are personally responsible for your family, for your relatives, for your friends, for your city, and please think about them.
Mr. Klitschko, your brother Vladimir, he says about you that you were born to fight. What does he mean by that?
It's good to ask my brother. The simple rules in the life, you have to fight. You have to fight for your values. You have to fight for your city. You have to fight for your country. You have to fight for your vision. Life is fight. No fight, no win. I know that better than anyone. But to be the heavyweight champion of the world, much easy as to be the Mayor of Kiev, mayor of capital of Ukraine, because in boxing you are responsible for yourself, you are alone in a ring, you are responsible for your team. Right now I am responsible for almost 4 million people who live in the capital of Ukraine.
I know that when you were kids you could fight your brother for fun. Can you still do that?
Never ever. We are starting to fight for fun. It's always we receive the injury. I think it's signal from from the goat. Never do it, never fight brother. First point, and second point, we promise our mom never fight against each other, and that's why we're keeping our promising.
That's wonderful. I know Mike Tyson was very important for your career. He was an early inspiration, wasn't he?
Yes, of course. As Mike Tyson, I remember a great story. I was 14 years old, and actually it was Soviet time in 1996. Actually, Perestroika came, and we have a chance to see the broadcasting from the West. And first time ever in my life, I saw the professional fight. It was fight when Mike Tyson knocked his opponent out and getting title as youngest heavyweight champion in the world. I was so impressed with this fight, and I sit together with my friends, and I promised to my friends in one day to beat Mike Tyson, to be heavyweight champion. Everybody, yes, of course, everybody smiling, making jokes, because I was small and skinny, and to fight against the machine, against Mike Tyson, nobody believed me. But 15 years later, this title was mine. The same title what have Mike Tyson, the same title what have Muhammad Ali or Lennox Lewis. And I asked my friends, you remember this day? You don't believe me, you kidding me, but I achieve my goal, and I explain the story to kids in the school, to everyone, and send the message. It's very important to have a goal in life. It's very important to fight for your goal. It's and my favorite saying, nothing is impossible. Everything is possible if you want very much, if you work hard, and you definitely achieve any goal what you have in your life.
It's rumored that Mike Tyson is planning a comeback. If he challenged you, would you accept?
I have, you know what, as professional boxer, I'm fighting 2-3 times in the year. Right now, as mayor of Kyiv, I'm fighting every day, but total different ring, fighting for the people, for good standards of life. This fight is much more important for me, and sorry if I receive this proposal. I have what to doing. Maybe my brother. He's is great shape, but I'm...
Don't send your brother!
Okay, I tell to my brother, it's maybe he's thinking about this idea.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for taking the time. Please stay safe, okay?
Thank you very much. Big regards to Oslo. If coronavirus, these rules, I don't know, in summer this year and the end of this year, if you have a chance, welcome to Kyiv, and I will be happy to meet you. And
I would love to meet you anywhere but the ring.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.